Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Jarvis S. Scott with What's Happening Birmingham. Today, I have the honor and pleasure, my good friend, Birmingham's attorney. Everybody know this face, the Cain law firm, the name you know and can trust. Attorney Tanita Cain, thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Great. So, little background information. I've been knowing, Tanita has been knowing me for years, and she can tell you all about my humble beginnings to where I'm doing now. We've been talking about this for weeks. We're going to start an ongoing series. I like to call it the Cain reaction. You all do not try to trademark this because she will come at you for this. And basically what this is, Attorney Cain's reaction to just legal issues you hear in the news. So from time to time, she'll be coming on the podcast to kind of talk about that and give her reaction as an attorney. And this does not constitute legal advice. So you will have to call her if you want her to represent you or give her, legal advice about your situation. So what better way to kick it off with a very well-known celebrity, rap person, Boosie. Have you heard about Boosie's situation?
Boosie can't do no wrong in my eyes ever. So
okay.
I'm biased.
All right, so we're gonna watch this video, and Attorney Cain's gonna give her reaction as an attorney of what you should do if you are pulled over by the police, like Boosie was. So you all bear with me for the kind of work this little Zoom magic out real quick.
I'm excited to see what Boosie is doing in the news again.
Yeah, again. He's something.
What did he do, Jarvis?
What did he do this time? Share screen. Oh, I guess I already got the share screen though. Let me know if you hear it. All right, do you see the screen?
No.
Uh-oh.
Did you stop sharing from before?
Let's see. Stop sharing. Okay, let me see if you can do it now. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. And you hear the sound?
You got to play it. Yes.
Hold on. One second. We're just gonna step to the back. You can have a seat if you want to stand up, you can. Alright, is there any marijuana in that car, man, or any other drugs in the car?
Nah, I was smoking a blunt, bro.
Okay.
Bro, like,
You're good. I got you. As long as you're honest with me, I'm honest with you, okay?
I can't keep going through this, though, bro. Like, I
We
just
gotta
can't,
own-
bro.
we
I
also gotta
can't, bro. I can't, bro. I don't do no wrong. I don't do
Marijuana.
shit, bro.
It's illegal.
Bro, I gotta go to y'all superiors and file charges, man. It's harassment. It's every day. I can't even live. I moved to the country to fucking live, bro. I did 6 years on my back. Fuck. Come on, man. Give a fuck all the shit up. I'm like that. I go in there and fight the police and spit on the shit. Every fucking body. Cause I'm tired, bro. I'm ready to fucking roll me. Tired, bro. Tired, bro.
Coming up on
Whatever you want fucking do, we can do. That's how the fuck I feel. Y'all got real bond money. Fuck about this shit. Lock me up for whatever the fuck you want to lock me up for. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired of being fucked with.
So today, though, before we go to more parts of this video, tell me your first initial thoughts.
Okay, so I heard him say that he's tired and that he's feel like he's being harassed. So he says every single day is what I heard him say. And so he has a right to feel that way if they are stopping him every single day or often for no reason. One, I didn't hear why they pulled him over, what was going on, like if there was an expired tag, or was there an improper lane change? Was there a traffic violation? Were they speeding? Or did they just pull him over? And if they just pulled him over because he was driving while black or driving while bootsy, then that's wrong.
Okay, so what leads to, and I'm not jumping more into this, like I guess like you said, wish we could have seen the like when the officer first pulled him over. What leads him to from him getting pulled over to him put in handcuffs unless he's under, arrest or something?
So this is the detainment. This is he's technically not under arrest.
Okay.
He is being handcuffed and detained because officers do this, one, sometimes for their safety, to ensure that you're not going to pull a gun on them or you're not going to attack them. So they will handcuff you and detain you. However, now we have laws that in the United States that say that once you've been handcuffed and detained on a traffic violation, they do not have to search your car. Now, probable cause. I heard the officer say he smelled marijuana. So there's his probable cause. Now they can search the vehicle. They oftentimes say probable cause. Sometimes it's if they smell it, they smell it, and that's a probable cause to search your vehicle.
Okay, let's watch a little more of this, bro.
Still by himself. There's no other unit behind me. 783, we're coming up on the
I want everybody down here to have I'm gonna spit on every fucking nurse in that bitch. I'm gonna make you charge me. I'm gonna show you how I get down when I get locked up. I'm gonna show you how I get down. I'm gonna make them bitches whoop me. They gonna get a charge. I'm gonna make them whoop me. When these cops come out, I'm gonna punch them in their feet. Then I'm going out like a gangster. You gotta knock my fucking teeth out, buddy. And you're gonna get sued like a dog. I'm ready now. I'm all the way ready. I'm gonna show them how I get down and be off. Why? I'm gonna punch on the first white boy I see in that bitch. I swear I'm going on my daddy break. Any nurse, I'm gonna spit on that bitch. I ain't playing. Watch how I shine in this bitch. Watch out. I bet I get along shoot on this bitch for Mason. I bet you. You fucking with a treasure, motherfucker. I'm ready now. I'm ready to go to jail. First, let us out handcuffed. Guess who we attack? We gonna tear that bitch up. They gonna have to kill us in that bitch. I swear to God. Because I'm tired, bro. I work hard every fucking day. Every fucking day I'm getting pulled over every my people. I'm getting targeted, bro. My license plate is white. I'm targeted. It ain't nothing but birth control pills or something for one of my bitches. That's all. Birth control pills or something for my bitches. You know bitches can't get pregnant from me. Yeah, I got a lot of hoes sucking in my house right now. Yeah. I got like 35 hoes sucking in my house right now. If anybody want they suck, let me know. Bitch, I'm ready to fight. I take off I could fight. I would throw them bitches within the office. All they do is take off their bag and they gun. And I'ma throw them bitches with you in the parking lot. I'm like that, man. I moved out here for change. I'm finna sell my shit. Car is not stolen. Registration is right. The tag is right. I was pulled over because it's boosted car. You fucking motherfuckers are targeting my vehicle. You're targeting my vehicle. If I was a white college player, you wouldn't fuck with my vehicle. If I played soccer or baseball, you wouldn't fuck with my vehicle. You'll stop them for an autograph.
I'm gonna give you a citation for marijuana. Alright?
For the smell of marijuana.
No, you'll be fine.
Crumbs on the floorboard.
There's some bags in there. There's 2 bags in there. Alright? I'm gonna give you a citation for illegibility. And that's it. Alright? I'm gonna let y'all be on about your business. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take the handcuffs off you. You're gonna sit in the car.
Bro, I'm just tired, bro. It's 8 times in 2 weeks. If you let me go, just let me go. I'm going to file charges right now.
I got you. Have a seat and I'll grab back, okay?
All right, so
While you get that off the screen or whatever you're getting ready to do, let's talk about that for a second. Now, while he's being detained,
okay.
what I don't advise is that there's not an infraction for you speaking to the officers. However, when you start to spew threats, you're going to get yourself in a little more trouble.
Yeah, I thought that was like terrorist threats. Like, I'm going to get in there and
I'm going to spit on the nurses. I'm going to assault the first white boy I see, et cetera, et cetera. So I would be very careful of the things that you do say when you are being detained. You can say certain things. However, just be careful what you're saying. Don't spew out any threats of who you're going to violently take care of or jump on or assault or, spitting on someone is an assault as well. So just be very careful. I do understand his frustration because he oftentimes was clamoring about them pulling him over a lot. And I still didn't get to the bottom of why they pulled him over in the first place, because he even himself said that his tag was up to date. It was a white tag. So it was nothing, no destruction or anything over his tag, that a covering or anything. And that I'm assuming that the licensed driver was fined. So he didn't have any infractions because I think they probably ran both of them. So what's the problem? What was the initial problem? And then he said, I'm going to give you a citation for the marijuana. And so Booster was like, what, the smell of marijuana? Because he said, yeah, I was smoking. However, it's oftentimes great for you just to shut up, be quiet, stop talking, because you don't have to admit to doing anything. Because oftentimes what I see is that the police, they want to search your vehicle, they're going to find a way to search your vehicle. So you don't have to give them permission. People oftentimes get afraid and give the police permission to search their vehicle. If they don't have probable cause to search your vehicle, do not give them permission to search your vehicle. Trust me, if they could search your vehicle legally, they don't usually ask. They just go to searching your vehicle. That's one way that people oftentimes, get themselves in a trouble on a routine traffic stop, is that they allow, someone to search their vehicle. If they have probable cause to search your vehicle, they will search your vehicle without your permission, because lawfully they have a right to do so. Something else, he said I think that the best thing for him to have done and said is to file the complaint. What he was talking about is going to their superiors and filing a complaint, and so that's fair, because if they are harassing him every day or often, in which, based on this little clip, like I said, I don't know what was the initial stop, so we can only assume, And then the officer didn't say anything about a ticket. Like when he started saying, I'm going to, what he was going to write him up for, he never said, I'm going to write you up for improper lane change or speeding or whatever. He said he was going to write him up for the marijuana that was in the car. And he was like, what, on the floorboard? So was there, they said bags of marijuana. And I just kind of looked down at, and tried to pull this article up because there was an article on this. And I think in one of those articles, and I don't know how true it is because I've not done my research on my own, but one of the articles said that there was some money in one bag. So it's not illegal to have money. And then there was marijuana in the other bag, but they didn't say how much marijuana. And if you go from the conversation that Bootsy was having, it sounded like there wasn't much, some crumbs, or whatever. However, if you go by what the officer's reaction, he made it seem as if there was more than crumbs that were in the bag. So what are you doing? You looking up the article as well?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up as well. I mean, it's just, I always want to say this too, and for kids watching at home, you can't be like Bootsy because Bootsy is a celebrity. He could pull that and he knew that it's being taped. 9 times out of 10, if you do that to some cops, it may not end the way like his ended. Especially the way Bootsy was
that it won't. Yeah, I guarantee that you won't. But I've seen some people here locally in Birmingham, Alabama, go at the cops and talk reckless to the cops, and sometimes they get arrested and sometimes they don't. And these are people who are known to be mouthy when it comes to adversary situations. But anyway, so be careful, like Jarvis said, out there mouthing off at the police and spewing out threats and threatening to jump on, be assault, or any of those terrorist threats, or could have been. And think about this. He said in the first white boy I see could be racial. So be careful.
But the main thing, I guess like you tell your clients too, is I guess people forgot even with this video, you always have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all.
You don't. I advise you never to say anything. If you're asked a direct question, you can or cannot answer it depending on what the question is. I oftentimes, if they're asking you to search your vehicle, I would say no if I were you, because your silence they may take as a yes. So I definitely would voice no, but you don't have to mouth bag and talk. You let them do all that big talking that they're doing. You can say, or let them know that, hey, you are violating my rights and that I am going to go to your superiors, because maybe that will stop them or make them think about what they're doing is wrong. But you don't have to do all of that. And I'm with Jarvis. Bootsy knew he was being filmed. Who was filming him, by the way?
I think it was off the cam, the video cam.
Off the body cam of the
body cam. Now, I don't know whether this covers in Alabama. I know people may be watching, not living in Alabama. So do you have the right to video record now in Alabama if you get pulled over by police, like hold your phone up and record the whole thing and point at the officer and things like that?
Yeah, but there is something pending in legislation that is around the video recording. And I want to say it's coming out of, is it Texas that it's coming out of? But there is something that is being trying to be pushed through, where they're saying that you can be only so many feet in, because they're going to charge you with obstruction. If you're filming officers or in the line of duty, I can't remember how many feet that they're allowing you to be within the proximity. of it. So don't quote me on that, but I know that there's some kind of law that's trying to be passed that if you are in you got to be so many feet, let's say 8 feet away or something like that. And that you can't, and if you come past that 8 feet, and you know, in the haste of time, who counting feet? Who counting the feet? So the officer's gonna say you were within 8 feet if you're filming, so you better be far away and just zoom in. But if that law does become a federal law and or orchestrated in the state, but that's what I know about, you know, filming. So right now, yeah, legally you can film, legally you can record, but they are trying to put some parameters around video recording, and that's coming out of another state. But usually, in the way our Supreme Court is ruling right now, very conservative, it might just pass.
Oh, wow. So for people who don't, and this first time, I'll tell them a little bit about your law firm and what you offer.
Okay.
Practice, I would say.
Well, of course, you know, I'm Tanita Cain, and I have my law firm has been open for 22 years now. So I've been practicing law for 22 years. And so I've done a variety of areas in those 22 years. These last few years, I've been focusing primarily on criminal defense work. So I am a criminal defense attorney. I oftentimes relate myself to the public defenders because I have probably just as much caseload as a public defender. And a lot of times I have some concessions with my fees for some of my clients because I do a lot of pro bono work, but, you know, I try to help those that, you know, need to be helped. But I also do personal injury, civil litigation, family law, which I squint at a lot, but it's not my favorite, but I practice family law and some bankruptcies.
So, and, you know, and most times, like you said, with this changing legal world that we live in, because, you know, things we thought that was settled law, it ain't much settled, you know, it seems like, and then like you always say, the law can always change, whether it's by legislatures changing it or Congress changing it, or if a court of people decide like, hey, we think differently about something that we thought a couple years ago that thought was settled law, because everybody has different interpretations and stuff.
Yeah, let me talk about that for a second, Jarvis. Let me just talk about this Roe v. Wade just for 1 second. I know that's not the topic right now, but as a female, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Roe v. Wade because that's a hot topic right now. However, in 2018, in the state of Alabama, they put the bill on the ballots in that year. I want to say that was a presidential election year, if I'm not mistaken. And I was speaking about this bill in my capacity as, you know, I'm all about, you know, voting and getting people registered to vote. And I speak on the topic of voting. And in one of those conferences, I talked about this bill and I told people to pay very close attention to this bill. Because if you don't pay close attention, this bill will pass and the governor is going to sign in this bill and say that our rights to an abortion or our right to choose an abortion will be limited or now taken away, period. So you have to pay attention because a lot of times we're not paying attention. So that was 4 years ago. So no, it actually wasn't a presidential race. It was a governor's race, actually.
Yeah, because a lot of these states have these quote unquote trigger laws that if it was changed, it went immediately into effect.
Correct.
And then, like I read the case today about this 10-year-old that was raped by this guy, and it was actually I think it was in Indiana, and they ended up and they have to go to Ohio. If I get the wrong states wrong, y'all don't hold against me, but it was a 10-year-old.
Correct.
And then now I read that they're actually trying to, the Indiana Attorney General is trying to charge the doctor for not reporting it, because I guess they have a law that you have to report the abortion. So it's a lot of changing things. Even about, as we, like you said, we get more and more into this. Like, I guess one thing as well is that they try and make a law that if you're here in Alabama, you can't travel to California to get it done. So that is the reason.
I just don't understand, honestly, why we're getting so involved in the reproduction and of like what women. Why are, and I often say this, why are men, mostly white males, sitting around fumbling their fingers around my body and what we should do with my vagina?
Yeah, I mean, it's just gone.
It's gone wild.
It's gone
It's
wild,
gone wild.
and the more, and like, I know a lot of you all probably have watched my series this past election season, interviewing a lot of judicial candidates, because believe it or not, it starts judges. They don't make it to the Supreme Court out of nowhere. They start off in these lower courts, and then you watch them over time. They accentuate, and then, like, I guess you could tell, as an attorney, that you watch their rulings most time are consistent. They don't change. Like, some may evolve over time, but sometimes they look back and you be like, oh, this person was ruling this way. And it always starts off with these minor courts that you don't think about, that you just like, oh, I don't know this person, or I picked this person because of popularity. But you don't ask this person what, that's why this was it. Whoever's on the judge, not trying to get political with this interview and like that, is that's more important than who actually your state representative is. They can make a difference in your life.
So I think differently.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the state representatives are more important than your judges. Now, that's just me.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you why I think that. Because your state legislators are the ones that are bringing forth these laws, and you can lobby or have someone lobby for your interests with the state legislators. You need to pay very close attention to who you put in the Senate or in the legislators, in the House of Representatives. You need to be very, very careful throughout this entire state of Alabama, or in the United States, in your state, because those are your lawmakers. And so what happened with judges is that we're just enforcing the laws that have been placed before us. We can't change the law because we're judges. And a lot of people don't know that. Like, we don't have that power, and we can get in trouble, as we've seen, if we believe deeply in something and want to make a difference and defy the Supreme Court or defy the laws. That's something that we are not allowed to do. We don't have that kind of power. Now, we can have the power of, sentencing and, that kind of stuff, but we don't have the power to change the laws or the rules.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming on today, Tanita. And, this, like I tell everybody, this is the first of mini series. You all bear with us. I'm getting a little bit better with this, showing the screens. But I like this a little bit better because it gives her reaction, instant reaction. She doesn't watch any of this. This is just her watching it. And we hope that, you all can kind of like, think like an attorney. When you hear a lot of these issues in the news, or you see a lot of them, what's that number if they need to, if they want to reach out to you and have you as their attorney?
Hey, they can call me at 205-202-4077. That's 205-202-4077. That's the Cain Law Firm.
Okay. And Tanita, thank you for coming on today. Thank you all for watching. Please check out what'shappenedbirmingham.com for more interviews. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you all again. And most importantly, Tanita said, if you get pulled over, you got the right to remain silent.
You have the right to remain silent. And you also can, if they're harassing you, you can report that in internal affairs to their superiors for harassment. There is a such thing, and people are not aware. So you are you're rightful as a citizen. You can go and report these officers if they are harassing you. Now, if they ain't harassing you, just don't be going up there. But if they following you around and they know your car and you haven't done anything and they're just pulling you over because they know you and they may like you, you can make a report on them. So, yes.
All right. Well, thank you all again. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.